He doesn't have his megaphone this time like he did at Double Gold. However, he's got the voice that'll carry the room.
So Sean Thompson pulls guard right away. Mike Thompson enters the guard. Looks like a long, flexible, open guard for Sean. Half guard to start.
Looks like Mike's trying to set up a nice weave, get some good pressure started here. Very aggressive on top so far.
Can you talk?
Yeah.
And then
it's a nice triangle setup.
Like a little bit of a distance.
Got it.
Nicely defended by Mike.
Back to the closed guard now. Climbing some high rubber guard action. All right, we're going to see a dead orchard coming. Both arms inside. Mike's trying to create some backwards energy to get through, but with both elbows cut in, this may be a dead orchard. Sean is climbing the legs, trying to lock that triangle with both arms in. It's getting close. It's on his foot, not the ankle just yet. So he has to readjust just a little bit, or he's not going to be able to keep that position. Mike's doing a good job trying to get posture and defend. Now he's trying to drive the knee in to try to take Sean's angle away, and he's able to survive that dead orchard
Very
attempt.
nice defense.
And this is not in our tournament, so these guys, this is their only fight of the day. So expect them to really leave nothing on the table. They're both going to go hard for that finisher. Could be a little mirror lock action here from Sean. Really trying to control that posture.
Nice potential hip bump sweep.
Nice triangle attempt. Mike's showing really good control from the top, keeping himself safe from some of these dangerous positions, putting some weight on Sean.
And as everybody's experienced at some form or another in jiu-jitsu or in their jiu-jitsu career, Mike seems to be struggling with this knee shield on top. Sean's doing a really, really good job using that Z-guard to create some space.
Yeah, that length Sean has is sometimes going to give you problems not being able to connect to the upper body. And when you do, you're going to look for things like Troy bars and those triangles coming up. Mike may be looking to tie up Sean's head and get a little bit more control. He's got that nice overwrap. Maybe want to try to jump through and keep his control, but again, Sean's length is just too much. He's able to get into a body triangle close guard. But he's going for a guillotine inside the closed guard. That is one you're not going to see very often.
Not very often at all.
It looks like Sean does not like it. He might be able to get some finishing pressure there. His elbow is high. Oh, and he
nice escape by Sean.
Got out of that one. That was a very, very interesting sub attempt from Mike.
Very uncomfortable looking.
Yeah.
And nice rubber guard entry again here from Sean.
So we've already seen a closed guard, high elbow guillotine, and a dead orchard attempt from both competitors. Again, dead orchard coming again.
He looks like he's a little bit deeper on the shoulder this time with his rubber guard.
Yeah, he's got a better angle for this. Mike's doing a good job wedging the knee in to try to not allow that angle to come in. But again, his posture is definitely more under duress this time than in the first option.
Sure. Really, really good control of the shoulders by Sean here.
From our angle, it's hard to see if the arms are getting extended, but the way Mike's driving his head in, it looks like he is in danger. Starting to get the arms separated. I want Sean to get a little higher on his shin. He's still a little bit too much on his foot for that triangle. It's giving Mike a better chance to try to get good posture. And from there he had to switch because he lost that control of the triangle.
Back to our familiar half guard knee shield position.
Now Sean might be looking to go for underneath for the legs a little bit. So we have not seen either guy try to go for the legs either from the top or bottom.
As we say that,
Mike starts looking for a heel hook from the top.
It's like Jeff has a third eye for these things.
I think they just might hear us. Right, they might be getting some good ideas. Troy bar action from Sean. Doesn't have the best angle for it. Mike trying to get back on that head. After that earlier attempt, you can tell like some head and arm stuff is definitely in his arsenal.
Sure.
Best passing attempt that Sean uses to attempt to get back up.
So interesting jumping guard pull.
Halfway through this round, both guys pushing a good hard pace. Neither guy's really rested at all for the first 5. Both are showing good offense, good defense.
Ooh, nice arm drag attempt.
Really nice angle. Mike's just doing a good job keeping those elbows in and not allowing him to get that back angle. And it gives Mike the best chance, and he gets on the head again.
Sure.
This was his best offense earlier in the round. Still caught in that knee shield. I think with his right hand, he should be pushing Sean's knee out. Just as I said, that'll be a good angle to try to clear that knee to get a little hip-to-hip connection and really duress the neck some more. I was looking at the heel again. Sean's able to get right back to that closed guard. Start hearing some really heavy breathing from the mat. For a lot of younger competitors, they may have never done a 10-minute match before, and the difference between a 10 and a 5 or a 10 and a 6 is drastic. Those extra 3-4 minutes can be really, really tough, especially at a high pace like this.
You start to feel that first adrenaline dump sometimes by that 4th or 5th minute, so you got 5 more minutes while you're...
Not to mention, we do go into overtime here, and then you're really going to see who's got the best cardio.
Sure. Sean doing a really good job at keeping his frames on the inside, making it really difficult for Mike to pass his guard here.
Mike's on the head again. This is where he's had his best success and definitely put the most pressure onto Sean. Now he's able to clear the knee shield. This is now the kind of head and arm kind of game he's looking for. Without the knee shield, is going to be a little bit more successful. He may be wanting you to use it to pass as opposed to actually finish the submission. I think Mike needs to decide if he wants to try to finish the choke or look to pass.
Agreed.
Sean doing a good job not letting that secondary hand get an underhook or the head control. We're trying to be using some the foot to pommel to try to get that half guard cleared, but that length may be giving him the most trouble with that.
Sure.
Hands are connected now.
Let's see if he uses this to try to pass the guard or if he's able to get some...
Sean does a good job disconnecting the hands, staying safe.
There we go. He uses it to get that knee clear, comes into a nice mount position.
He might get to the mount. Can he stabilize? Sean gets the foot back. He's holding onto that quarter guard. Sometimes that's a good to prevent the actual mount, but can lead you to getting your back taken.
Sure.
Especially in a tournament with no points, where you're not trying to avoid the points of the pass. It can kind of lock you down a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see if Mike can use this for that back exposure.
Good knee cut opportunity here. And right
Sean
back to
able
that
to get
Z-guard.
that knee back in for that knee shield.
Really relentless top pressure by Mike here.
Yeah. He's caught in a little bit of a lockdown, it looks like.
Potential bottom side wrist right here. It's a little shallow.
Sean's coaches want him to extend that lockdown, try to get the hips moving to try to create that off balance, but he may just have too much pressure on him. As we get to about 1 minute left in the fight, you could be going to overtime. For our newer competitors too, like an EBI rule set, it'll be interesting to see who's more prepared for the EBI. Sean coming from a 10th planet background, you know they've drilled those positions. So it'll be very interesting to see who to favor in this overtime.
Now Mike looks to have a nice Kimura.
And there's still time for a finish. Passes with a Kimura lock. Let's see if he can get the finish as we're getting low in time in our regulation. It's always an interesting choice. Does he want to try to use a lot of energy getting the finish when they only has a few seconds to recover, or is she just...
If Mike can get if he can start to step over the head, this Kimura could really be potentially threatening here.
Yeah. Sean's length might help. That arm's extended away. It's hard for Mike to get his hips connected into the hips and finish. I think that's what happened there.
Sean seems to be very comfortable with his defense.
And there we go. We're going to go into our first EBI of the day, our first match. So again, we can have up to 3 overtime rounds. For those who are not familiar with EBI, the competitors are going to get to choose either the back control position or the spiderweb armbar position. If either one gets a submission in the first round, the other one will have a chance to match the time. If there's no submissions, we start going to fastest escape time, and there's possible up to 3 overtimes. So Sean's going to pick first. He's going to start on Mike's back. It's the longest possible ride is 2 minutes in this round. It's submission or escape or a 2-minute ride time.
And here we go.
Sean does not get the body triangle. And Mike gets an easy escape.
Right
That's
off the bat. Very quick
3-4
escape.
seconds. Again, that's really, really good for Mike in terms of getting to a later rounds and or just not using a lot of energy into the defensive movements. He will also choose the back. Ref getting him set. Mike is well not able to get a body triangle. As you get into the higher level EBI, you'll almost always see an instant body triangle from the back competitors. And again, at the newer guys to the sport, it's a little harder. They don't have that time in yet.
Sean really forcing that choking side, trying to get us back to the mat. There he
He
is.
still has to get his elbow free. He's caught in an arm triangle. An arm triangle counts because his elbow is still not been across the center line, so this is not an escape, even though he's technically no longer on the back. He wants to bridge in and pull his elbow back. Mike's going to try to keep that head and arm to get more ride time and threaten the submission. Either way, whether he gets the submission or not, he has a huge ride time advantage after this first round.
Good
And he gets
escape.
the escape once that elbow frees. So after 1 overtime round, Mike definitely has the advantage. But again, we have 2 more goes, and all that matters is submission. If the submission doesn't come, that's when the ride time comes into play. We'll see if the back strategy changes this round for Sean. And again, no body triangle, especially from the longer fighter. That is surprising to me. Halfback is a good control. Maybe he's trying to set up a twister. Hoping that Mike is not familiar. And now he's finding that angle for the twister. There it is. But Mike may be too strong. And he gets his body free.
Sean had some better success with the control in the back that time, but it definitely looks like Mike's still going to have the advantage with
Yeah,
the
he
right time.
definitely has the right time over both rounds, even before we start.
Sure.
He's going right to the arm triangle. Almost like he just gave up on the back. Maybe he's felt something in that first round that he feels he can get the finish. But Sean looks like he can get that elbow through if he has a good bridge. Mike just seems to be getting good control from here. He's not really getting much choking pressure. And there's an escape. So we're heading into our last overtime round. Mike is well ahead. At this point, Sean's going to need a submission or he's going to lose by ride time. So he just kind of needs to throw it up here. We'll see if we actually see a body triangle. I think that is going to be his best path to victory. He's kind of going for one, but his hip alignment just seems very strange. Mike looks like he's going to be able to pull his head out and come up on top, and he does. He's going to definitely be ahead by ride time. I don't think we need the 3rd overtime round. This is just a formality to give Mike a chance to get the submission, but he clearly has won the ride time already.
Both competitors opting to choose the back in the last round. I was expecting Sean to potentially
And
take
again,
the
immediately going to the
spider
mount
web.
the same way.
He's got much better control of the elbow this time with the head and
Yeah.
arm.
Just very, very interesting choices from the back from both guys. Mike playing it almost as a head and arm position, and Sean not using the length for the body triangle. But again, Mike's got that one in the right time. He's going to get the decision. Fun match to get us started in this first matchup of the day.
Very good stuff.
Mike Thompson from Black Tie Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is going to get a right time win.
Sean's showing a very, very educated and impressive guard for a young man, and Mike Thompson showing some really impressive pressure. Congratulations to Mike for the win.